Ciao, what's up everybody? How we doing? We're on a beautiful Monday here. We're down in Japantown on Ton Street. I am in Saigon, Vietnam. Currently, we are going to talk about what's the city going to look like in 10 years. Lots of things are going to change in a pretty rapid approach. I'm going to talk about all the plans that they're proposing for the city to change and make it better. So I'm a guy that lives in Vietnam currently. I'm married to a Vietnamese woman. I travel to a different country usually every 2 months. I do a lot of IRL live streaming as well. If you want to watch me IRL live stream, that's over at kick.com/fatandbroke. It's a new streaming platform. It's tremendous. I get 95% of the money. Come watch me live stream. I'm going to drop another video 4 hours after this talking about that schedule. So let's get into it. Let's do some talking. You know, I've been doing a lot of recharging the batteries. I turned 40 this year, and you know, I'm happy with the direction of the channel and everything. And, you know, I just was taking some time thinking, doing my thing. We're back at it full time now. Don't worry. We're in it to win it. We're a minute in. Let's talk about it. Lots of changes are coming for Saigon, Vietnam in the next 10 years. Arguably the biggest change that will, you know, really change the face of Saigon will be the launching of the guests. Let me know what you think I'm about to say in the comment section. Let me know what you think in the comment section, where I'm going to say the most important thing is that's going to change Saigon. Okay, so now I'm going to get into that. So yeah, the most important thing that's going to change Saigon is when they open the metro system. And how well are they going to incorporate the metro system into daily life in Saigon? So that's the first segment we're going to talk about. I don't think they've done anything in Hanoi system-wise, and I don't think they have anything planned system-wise of what I'm about to talk about. But in my opinion, I think if Saigon's smart, they would do exactly what my proposed plan is. You know, I've lived here a few years. I kind of know the lay of the land. I have lots of thoughts and opinions. Not always right, not always wrong, but I would do, if I was Saigon, is I would do the octopus card like Hong Kong does. It would be a really quick way to really put the, Jesus Christ, this guy's got it right. It'd be a really quick way to start making the whole country moneyless. You know, I don't know if you've ever used a metro system in the world where you essentially buy a card, you load money on it, and it can be used anywhere. Not just at the metro. So it's not just used to get into the subway. If you go to 7-Eleven and you want to buy a Coke or something, you can buy a Coke on this octopus card. If you go to McDonald's and you buy a meal and you get a cheeseburger and you got to go pay for it, you can pay with your octopus card. I mean, you can pay for 80% of things out and about, as well as using it for the metro system. So it's really helped to make a lot of Asian countries cashless, which also helps in revolutionizing the city towards improvement. It's like part of the steps of really becoming a major metropolis worldwide. So that's going to be the real big first thing is going to be this metro system that they're going to build. And then the next thing that's going to be pretty big, that they already opened one in Hanoi, I think yesterday, is over bridges. I know that doesn't sound like a big thing to you, but to just walk over the street instead of across the street is a new concept that they're coming up with here in Saigon. They're going to roll out in District 1 here. In fact, the first area, we'll talk about it as we're walking up on it. The first area, they're going to do the improvement of the, let's walk over by the red light district. Might do a video about that later today. I don't know. We'll see. For the Patreon. Come on. So yeah, they're building a lot of these overpass or over bridges, so where you don't have to worry about crossing the street. You know, like, it can be very intimidating for a tourist to walk across the street here. It actually might be one of the easiest countries in the actual world to walk across the street of. It just seems very crazy when you're first here. Literally in Vietnam, to cross the street, you just walk pretty slow and just walk, and they move for you. Of course, you look at the flow of traffic and you just walk. They go around you. It's a real weird thing. I said a while ago in a couple videos that I should do a YouTube short and an Instagram short of how to cross the traffic, and seemingly somebody already copied that. As I saw, it's like viral on YouTube. The guy has like no footprint with his channel or anything, but this one video went viral, so all good. I'm never gonna do shorts. I'm never gonna do TikTok. I'm never gonna do Instagram small stories. It's just, I don't know. It's not the content I want to make, so I'll leave it to other people. Good for him. So yeah, those overpass bridges are gonna make a really, really big difference. You know, they're gonna really, really, really make it a lot more pleasurable to walk around. And then what happens when you introduce these type of things to a city is they start to clean up the city. So the first thing that'll happen is they'll clean up Saigon. They'll clean up District 1. So they'll clean up this tourist district. They'll do the same thing Phnom Penh did in Cambodia. And it's working slowly but surely, but it's working. I've been to enough countries and seen enough places and how they change and don't change. And this is gonna be kind of like the way they clean up Saigon. It's gonna be the same way they're cleaning up Phnom Penh if you've been to Cambodia. You know, their main district, which is like their District 1, where like there's like a park and there's Basak Lane, and like it's pretty much their equivalent to District 1. Is very clean. It's very difficult to find trash. But then you start just going to the outer districts, the outside districts, and you start finding trash pretty quick. And then you get into like areas that are just like Vietnam, and then you just leave. The second you leave Phnom Penh and go anywhere else, it's just garbage city. You know, Cambodia is very similar to Vietnam in a lot of areas. It's just not as refined, and the people aren't the same. There's a reason why people really, really love Vietnam, and it's because of the people. It's not really much more other than the people. The one continuous thing I've found over and over again of why people want to come here is, sure, it's cheap, but the other thing is, you know, for men, finding women, and then also for just like making friends. And like, you know, the one thing I hear the most about people living here is always, oh, the people were so friendly. Everyone's so kind. It's so much easier to meet women. So, I mean, we're getting off into a tangent of a bit of a different thing than I want to talk about, but still, you know, I like to talk about these things as we get into them. So then they'll start to clean up District 1. And then you're already seeing it now. I don't have any around me. Actually, I might. Let this guy go by. Go by this way. Okay, we'll go down this way. But like you see over here, like, you know, skyrise is getting built. They're getting built everywhere. You know, and even if the skyrise doesn't get finished, which 9 times out of 10 now, it seems to be the first 3 people that start a project at a skyrise never get it finished unless they're like Vin homes. And then it gets sold and redone and sold and resold and resold. So, I mean, you know, once these skyrises come in to be everything, and they are going to be. You give it 10 years, everyone's going to want to live in a apartment rather than a house. So, like, if you don't know, Seoul, Korea, up until their last pretty much war, was a pretty housing-based country and city. And now, you know, no one wants a house in Seoul. Everybody in Seoul would much rather have an apartment. And they'll tell you the main reasons why I don't want it. It's the same reason why I don't want to own a house. Acting like it was my channel. So yeah, the sky rises are going to bring in change. You know, all these things are going to bring in quick change to the city in a pretty abrupt amount of time. You know, you're going to see sky rises, you're going to have the metro system, you're going to have EV cars everywhere, you're going to start seeing them ban motorbikes, and you're going to start seeing them clean up District 1. And that's what really is going to make the difference, to be honest with you. And it's going to change. Like, are we going to be like Singapore anytime soon, like people like they want to be? Very doubtable. Like, you're talking 20 years before. The big thing you also have to handle is all the trash. You've got to really, their biggest #1 issue is trash. So like, if they can't get a handle on the trash deal, I don't know what they're gonna do. You know? What else? I think that's really it. As far as like high-speed internet and stuff like that, they have very fast internet. They're putting in more underwater sea cables to get that situation sorted. So once they get those underlying cables in, they're good to go. As far as manufacturing, we've got LG, we've got Samsung, we've got Nike, we've got Apple, we've got all the big players here already. So that's going very well. I think it's going to happen pretty quick. Like I said, 20, 30 years will be a Singapore. You let me know what you think in the comment section. As ever, if you want to support me, you can sign up for the Patreon. If you want to go on a private tour and or talk directly to me and see additional content, that's over at patreon.com/fatandbroke. Also, if you want to watch me live stream, that's over at kick.com/fatandbroke. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay frosty. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.